Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you're watching this channel. I'd like us to visit this story that has now been confirmed about Uhuru and Raila Odinga's secret meetings. There are details which have been released. But before you do that, I'd like to take you to a statement that was made by Dr. Charles Ng'ang'a of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. There are claims here which he has made. It is good if we go through these claims. And this is what Dr. Ng'ang'a seems to be telling us. There has been talk that the former premier should be handed a prime minister role. Behind these calls are evident fears that if Raila dumped Ruto, then the president goose is cooked. In the AUC race, Raila was depending on Ruto. Things have changed and Raila is the independent variable, and now Ruto is dependent on him. If Raila walks out on the president, then he is gone. Ruto can't survive without Raila. That is what Dr. Charles Ng'ang'a said. In his message, he was trying to create an impression that Ruto appears crippled and depends on Raila to holding up, and that it was Raila's help last year that saw Ruto surmount a youth-led bid to oust him from office. Because when the two announced partnership, protests died down, especially in Raila Odinga's strongholds and then subsequently other areas. So this union between Ruto and Raila, if it's to die, then Ruto is doomed. That is according to Dr. Charles Ng'ang'a. So we all remember this video, this footage that surfaced of Raila and Uhuru in Kilifi. And then we remember Marvin Aoko, who is one of the local bloggers, Kenyan bloggers. She shared something on her X about a meeting between Uhuru and Raila. So details have started emerging that there is something that Uhuru told Raila Amolo Odinga. So in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to go exactly into that meeting between the two. Details are scant, yes, but there are details which have already been released. So before we get further on this analysis, kindly like this video. It is so important if you like this video, because that is the only YouTube shares our content. Subscribe to our channel if you are not subscribed before, and to existing subscribers, thank you so much for your support. Raila knows very well that right now he needs Uhuru, he needs Kalonzo Musyoka. In fact, he even needs Rigathi Gachagua. But Raila chose to meet Uhuru in Kilifi County. Now, let's look at Uhuru the factor first. Uhuru gave William Ruto some of his trusted leaders within Jubilee, and they were awarded with cabinet positions. Of the four, one was not from Jubilee, but they were awarded cabinet positions. Now, we all remember that after that awarding, Uhuru went a bit silent. Now, on Raila Odinga's side, there are people who are also picked and awarded with cabinet positions. So, of the two leaders, all of them, some of their key, some of the leaders they rely on in their parties were awarded cabinet positions. So 8 cabinet positions went away from Kenya Kwanza to either ODM's leadership or Jubilee's leadership. So the fact that Uhuru and Raila met in Kilifi County, what has it that because Raila was still collecting views on matters how to deal with William Samoei Ruto, because he's still collecting views, this meeting in Kilifi County is seeking to find a way of them controlling the parliament. Let me take you back to 2007 when Kibaki had some political feud with Raila, an issue that saw Kenyans have a prime minister, something that happened in 1960s there. So for the second time, Kenya had a prime minister, powerful one. Now, in that meeting, ladies and gentlemen, Raila had an advantage of controlling the parliament because the speaker of the parliament was Marende, and majority of the members of parliament there were allied to Raila Odinga. So what Uhuru and Raila met to agree on is how to roll out a plan B. You know, plan A is to stop William Ruto, but plan A can fail. So if plan A fails, plan B will be how to control the parliament.
Counterparts.
The Kenya Kwanza coalition is the majority party, and the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party is the minority party.
And how is it going to be actualized? Because we know that the parliament approves so many things, and the executive does not simply make decisions. Of course, right now we know that the parliament has been, is being controlled by the executive based on what political analysts are saying. That means some of the things that the speaker approves in parliament was kuna involvement executive. But this is now because the president controls the parliament because he has members of parliament in numbers. So let's picture a scenario where he doesn't have these numbers. The speaker does not come from his side. What is going to happen? Should that scenario happen, because that is what actually is being discussed there, should that scenario happen, it means William Ruto will have difficulty passing certain things. He will push certain policies, but they will suffer in parliament, then they will suffer in the judiciary. So they will suffer in the other two arms of government, the legislature and the judiciary. Why? Because the legislature shall have been, someone else will be controlling that. Someone else, the opposition, maybe, if plan A doesn't succeed. So most likely, I agree with that, someone who told me about that, such details, because someone shared an email with the details of what was discussed, and part of the discussion was Raila to be very careful with the partnership, because we all know that Raila has worked with Ruto when Ruto was a member within the ODM, and again we know that Ruto has worked with Uhuru, but he has worked with Uhuru as a second in command. So there's a difference there. The second, the working with Uhuru, he worked wakati alikuwa na powers. He knew most of government secrets. But while working with Raila Odinga, he worked kama minister tu wa agriculture, ama alifanya naye kama vile tu mbunge wa Eldoret North, I think Eldoret North, member of parliament. So, in very few words, ladies and gentlemen, Ruto's goose is cooked here. This union between Raila and Uhuru is going to complicate issues for Ruto. That's why, because the people in Kilifi gave a stand on an issue of NHIF and SHA. They were recommending NHIF irrigation, but Ruto made a pronouncement kusema kwamba wale ambao wanataka NHIF wote ni wakora. So in that way, Ruto is already sending a mixed signal to Raila's camp, because even if he does consultation, then recommendations zikuje, because one of the recommendations is SHA itolewe. Ruto will not agree. Because he will not agree, there is no way Ruto and Raila will work, because Raila wants these things solved. Ruto is saying that SHA is the best. So we are going to be faced with a legal quagmire, a political quagmire going forward, because of the stand of William Samoei Ruto. He doesn't give up. So ladies and gentlemen, just go below in the comment section and tell us what do you think about the details regarding Raila and Uhuru meeting. I'm hearing something about a plan B, and plan B is to control parliament, because of course now members of parliament wanamsikiza. Why? Because they know they will still need him for 2027. But come 2027, assuming he succeeds, so if he succeeds, it means plan A of Uhuru and Raila may fail. So they shall resort to plan B of controlling the parliament. You see, plan A is control executive. If they can't control executive, they control the parliament. Of course, judiciary iko independent pia. By them controlling the parliament, stop William Ruto from executing policies ambazo zitasaidia mwananchi, in the event that that is what is going to happen. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.